everybody, I'm Fran and he's John, and we're a corporate breakout couple. And actually in this video we're actually thinking of doing something new, or rather trying out something new, and it's called Car Conversations with Fran and John, right? And this is a new thing, we've never tried it before, so we're actually recording while on the go. John is driving, as you can see, and the reason why we're doing this is because usually when we're driving, going to the gym or on our road trips or whatnot, we realize that when we talk, the topics that we have are quite in-depth, right? We talk about pretty much everything under the sun. So we wanted to kind of do a series of car conversations so that it'll be a bit more relaxed, it's unscripted, and we kind of want to share this with you guys, our audience. Okay, anyway, before we go on, as usual, please give this video a like, share with your friends, and let's go. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. So anyway, this to kick off this car conversation, right, it's very interesting because recently we've been having a streak of funny things happening to us, right? Like I fell sick, and then most recently our beloved laptop spoiled, right? So what happened was that we went out for a party, we had a great time, and then it's just a series of little things that led to this accident, right? And we spilled a hot cup of milk tea onto the laptop.
I did. It was me.
Yeah. And this laptop is our work laptop. This is the laptop that we use to edit our videos and post on YouTube and whatnot, right? And this was my laptop, and this laptop I bought it at in June 2020. It was actually for my previous company, and I used it, so it became my personal use after I left the company and then we retired. So actually this laptop is a very good laptop. It was underutilized for a good 2-3 years. I only use it for my admin stuff, and then when we retired, I use it to play games and whatnot. So when we decided to start a YouTube channel, we turned this laptop into our shared laptop for video editing and whatnot. So it has got a really good graphics card and whatnot. So of course, when the thing happened, right, the incident happened, it was a series of like, okay, all right, what's going on? So it was a madhouse, right? Of course, John yelled out, and then I was like, oh, what happened? Right? So this whole thing kind of got me thinking, and it kind of got me to think there's a few learning lessons here, right? So number one was, no use crying over spilled milk. Well, in this case was milk tea, right? So I mean, yeah, the first 1 hour when it happened, we were frantically, trying to get the milk, the liquid off the laptop. We were dabbing it. We were getting a cloth to kind of like, and then we were finding for a shop to look for repair. And it was a Friday night at 8 p.m. Most of the shops were already closed. So there's a lot of anxiety. There was a lot of desperation, right, on our part. Because the first thing when something happens to your laptop is, what do you think of? Data, right guys? So we're like, yeah, save the data. So usually we will do a backup, but this round it so happened we didn't back up our data for the last 20 videos, right? So that's a lot of data that is already on the laptop that potentially we might lose. John, you want to add anything?
Yeah, so just to share, since I was a culprit, right? So I'm the one that does the editing work on the laptop, and this laptop, which is a shared laptop, was really important because without the laptop, guess what? We can't do any work in that sense, right? And we had to really get over it quickly. First, fix the problem, and then have to really think about how we can improvise, because we don't want to stop releasing our videos. We got some of our videos done, but then I don't have a laptop to do the video editing. So how there's so many questions that went through my head, apart from oh damn, we need to buy a new laptop, and then it's like, can this be fixed, right? So in the process of fixing, by the way, it also takes 1 to 2 weeks. That means we don't know whether the laptop can be fixed before buying a new laptop. So another decision needs to be made, right? So that wasn't really a fun moment to really be in.
So I guess the lesson for us here is, how do we choose to respond to certain situations when, in a way, shit hits the fan, right? Like, for example, when John spilled the milk tea, right? my first instinct could have been, to scold him, to belittle him, to, kind of like get angry, right? But for me, I realized as well, ever since a hawker stall, right? My first response was to be on a offensive mode, right? Which means that, hey, if the stall's on fire, don't scold the person that got the stall on fire first. You can do that later, right? It is to put out the fire first. So same thing. The moment, the tea was spilled on the laptop, the first instinct was to grab out the tissue paper, the towels and whatnot, and just, start to the rescue operation has already started, right? And second thing was, of course, try think very fast on your feet, because it was a Friday night, shops were closed, so immediately went on Google, Google out computer repair shops and start calling one by one, right, to see who is actually still open. And there was a very nice guy that called us back at like 9 o'clock in the evening at night, and then he said, yeah, come on over, my repair guy was still there, right? So it's really about fast action, and no use sitting there, being paralyzed, and thinking of things when you can actually just spring right into action, right? And second thing that I also realized is that, sometimes when old stuff don't go, the new stuff can come in. And what do I mean by that is, this laptop was bought in June 2020, right? So coming this June, it would have been 4 years old. Now this laptop is very, very good. I paid like 3,000 Singapore dollars for it. He had a great graphics card and whatnot, right? 1 terabyte of hard drive and whatnot, and it was fantastic, right? So because we don't really need such a powerful laptop if not for the YouTube editing. So this laptop, in the last 1 or 2 months, we also noticed that it's getting a bit laggy, it's been slowing down, but we can still push it for a good 9-10 months, right? So guess what? Now that it's gone, so anyway, the repair guy came back to us. He managed to save our data, but the rest of the laptop, the motherboard and all that was gone, like totally fried. So we had to get a new laptop. So guess what? The old thing can't come in, the new thing can't come in. So we got ourselves a brand new spanking laptop. It's a gaming laptop because we need the powerful graphics card, and we had lots of more hard drive. We've got a fantastic RAM. The processor is fantastic. So now we've got a brand new laptop, which we absolutely love to use. Right, so this is a learning lesson as well. Sometimes we try to hold on so tight to something, and but Mother Nature takes its course, right? Or maybe the universe has got a better idea and say, maybe it's time for you to upgrade laptop. So, ta-da! They cause us to do something careless, and then the end result is we have a brand new item. John,
you want to say? So I really want to talk about the response, right, to unexpected or in this case, I don't know whether you call it unlucky or a moment of carelessness on my part, right? So actually, there's one thing that we wanted to add as well, is that period about a week plus ago was also not long before that our beloved dog actually just passed away. So we have actually experienced loss, and it's not a fun period, right? Our dog of 15 years, who've been with us, and we planned, we went to a lot of road trips with, a lot of experience in both countries, Singapore and Malaysia, right? So I think the response to when in the face of adversity, in the face of something challenging like this, how do we respond? Do we go all over? Do we go to pieces, or do we take the learning lessons from such incidents and come back stronger?
Yeah, and also arguments is quite natural, right? Like for example, it was my laptop, I could have easily blamed John and then, scold him and whatnot, right? But at the end of the day, is how we choose to respond is what matters in a relationship. And we have a very unique relationship, right? We are not only business partners on the YouTube business, but we are also married, right? We're husband and wife. We share our finances. We pretty much share everything, including the laptop, right? So it's really how we choose to respond in a relationship that actually either breaks the relationship or it gets it tighter. So I'm a coach, so I was thinking actually that maybe I can do master classes on relationships in the future where it's more targeted with a topic, right? How do we communicate in a relationship? How do we get along with each other's quirks, and how do we communicate effectively such that we actually bond the relationship closer? So let me know in the comments below. Comment relationship or comment masterclass, right? Because it's a masterclass. So comment masterclass in the comments below. below. And if there's a lot of interest, then perhaps we will do a masterclass on relationships in the future, right? So that it's more concentrated. So yeah, so it's been the last 3-4 weeks has been quite interesting. In fact, another thing died, John. Our TV in Singapore died as well, right? So three things actually died. Our TV in Singapore, our big huge TV, our beloved dog Snuffy, and then now our laptop. And we kind of choose to see the bright side of things, right? I mean, of course, for Snuffy, that was the biggest loss of all. I cried non-stop for 3 days and 3 nights, right? And at the end of the day, we kind of choose to see the bright side of things, right? He's old, his hearing was going, his eyesight was kind of going, and we can't be selfish and say, oh no, this is John's first dog, so we need to hold on tightly until whenever, and if it's time, right? And we gotta be very practical and real about it. So
so I mean, really the base, the core lesson that if I can share from my experience is, through our hawker days, and then we set out this early retirement plan, right? And then moving from Singapore to Penang, and getting through all these day-to-day things, I think the awareness of the dynamics between the two of us in this relationship, the communication is ever so important, right?
Yeah.
Because especially where we want to gun to a goal that gets higher and higher, the goal that gets bigger and bigger, it's so important that the two of us are able to communicate regularly and understand each other, especially where we have differing views, to harness each other's strengths and weaknesses to get past all the various challenges. And we do have a lot of challenges. Remember, we travel a lot, so life is not a bed of roses. When we travel on the road, there are a lot of challenges. Like, for example, we were in Vietnam for 1 whole month, and we literally traveled by train with 2 huge luggages all the way from the north to the south. You would imagine logistically, and a lot of things might come in the way. So all these are learning lessons that we like to actually share with you, that whether you are individual, you're single, or you are you have a partner, it's important to have that dynamics, the understanding, so that we can then use it and propel us to the next level.
So if a lot of you guys put comment masterclass, in the relationship masterclass, I want to talk already about the emotions that we have, from a female perspective, from a male's perspective. It is also about empathy, about sympathy, putting ourselves in other people's shoes and them in our shoes as well. Communication is a big one. A lot of things I believe in a relationship is misunderstood purely because we don't know how to communicate clearly, such that the other party gets it, right? And they see from our point of view and we see from their point of view as well. And honestly, sometimes the hard things need to be said, right? I said hard but not mean. Hard things means that the hard conversations need to be said in order for the relationship to move forward. Okay, so anyway, we are heading to the mall to buy some stuff. No, not the laptop, we already have the laptop. So anyway, this is us. This is a brand new series, guys. So if you like this kind of car conversations, very authentic, with all the mistakes, and by the way, this is not scripted, then let us know, and then we can do more of this in the future for you guys. Okay, anyway, please like this video, share it with your friends, and that's it from us, Fran and John, the corporate breakout couple. Bye.